Hey everybody, welcome back to Baseline Farms. Hope everyone's doing well. So, the farm has been so quiet ever since the lambs have left and the roosters went off to their new home. I mean, I can still hear them from a distance, which is still nice because I still get the sound of the roosters, but don't have to deal with them, so that's nice. And they're doing well. They have transitioned really well over at our neighbor's house. But yeah, the farm is pretty quiet. You don't realize how easy it is when you only have to feed one horse, one goat, a couple dogs, and I think 21 chickens. And, oh my goodness, so our new baby chickens that we got in the springtime, they are now laying eggs. So the eggs are so stinking cute. They're just so tiny, tiny little guys. I'll show you later when I go collect some eggs. But they're so cute. So now they're laying eggs. I'm so excited about that. And usually I'll get 1 egg per chicken. So we'll see how many eggs we get. So many things have been happening in the garden. The cucumbers are doing pretty good, as you can see. Now let me show you the seeds that we planted. So here are the seeds that we planted right here. And we started these seeds, I don't even know, I have to find out, but look how good they're doing. They're doing so well. So that's so exciting that they're growing. I mean, I didn't think they were gonna grow, but I wasn't sure how, I've never done it before. I've never succession sowed cucumbers a second time. Last year and the year before that, I just grew the cucumber, and once it died out, I didn't regrow cucumbers. So this is the first time I'm doing this, and they're looking really nice. Here are the what are they? Zucchini. Here are the zucchini. How can I forget zucchini? We have been getting so many zucchini, and it looks like, I mean, they've kind of slowed down as far as their zucchini production, but we have so much zucchini fruit frozen that I cannot wait until the summertime, until the wintertime, when I could actually use that, when we actually miss fresh zucchini. All right, so over here are our Roma Tomatoes VF, and they have done excellent. The only thing is that the leaves were curling and looking really diseased and not looking so happy. But then look at this new growth. This new growth is looking really good. But these are our determinate tomatoes, so our Roma tomatoes. So I think that from what I know is that once it sets that certain amount of fruit, then it won't set any more fruit. So that's my understanding. So I might start to take these out, even though I do see some new tomatoes on there, some green tomatoes. I'll wait until those ripen up, and then maybe I'll start to remove some of these. But I have removed some tomatoes, so plants. So here we have these are also Roma tomatoes, and these are from Botanical Interest, San Marzanos. These, oh my gosh, are amazing. Amazing. This is my 3rd year growing tomatoes. And the other day, I went and I ordered a sandwich. And the gal asked me if I wanted all the fixings and everything. And of course, yes, I wanted everything. And so when I got the sandwich, there was these little pink slices of tomatoes. And I was thinking, holy crap, I am so spoiled right now because our tomatoes have so much flavor and are so bright red. The inside of the tomato is so red. Oh my God, it's amazing. It's so beautiful and colorful. And now when I go out and eat tomatoes, if we go out to go and get something to eat, I just can't even eat the tomatoes. I'm so spoiled because the tomato looks pale in color. Same thing with the eggs. If we want to splurge and go out to eat breakfast one day, I just can't even order the eggs. It's almost not even worth going out to eat because the food that we have on the farm tastes so much better than if we were to go out to the restaurants. And I have learned how to cook so many dishes, and I've learned how to stew tomatoes and can tomatoes. Just this morning I was walking into the pantry room and I saw all of the jars of tomato sauce and canned tomatoes and pickles and salsa that I canned from the tomatoes that I grew from seed in our garden. And I never thought that a girl like me that grew up in the city would be able to grow this much food. And I don't even know why I'm getting so, it's just so exciting. I don't know why I'm getting so emotional, but I never thought that I would ever grow or can food or do any of these things. So this is so, I mean, it just brings joy and tears to my eyes that I'm able to do it. And I'm so excited and blessed that I have an opportunity to do such awesome things, to grow my own meat, to collect my own eggs, and to grow vegetables from seed. So, if anyone out there has ever wanted to grow food in a container, in your back patio, in your front yard, wherever there's sun, if you have water, sun, and soil, good soil, that's the really important thing, to have really good soil. You can grow food and you can have these beautiful red tasting, delicious tasting tomatoes. So enough of that. I don't know, I got so emotional about it because I'm so happy, and I just never thought I would be able to do it. So, so yes, I am definitely going to grow these botanical interests again, for sure. So let's go off to the other beds that I did remove some tomatoes, so let's go check those out. Alright, so over here in this bed, this is where we had our sun gold tomatoes and our beefsteak slicer. And the beefsteaks were a hybrid variety from Lake Valley. Is that right? No, that is not right. I believe it's Burpees. Lake Valley is on the other side. So, you know, everything was doing well except for the beefsteak. The beefsteaks, they were kind of like not doing too good. And the reason why was because the valve here in this bed was broken. But I have since fixed the valve, and some of the tomatoes, you know, are still looking like this one is still growing. So I did leave this one right here, and I did leave the beefsteak on the other side. I don't know how good they're gonna do. I thought maybe I'd just give them a chance just to see, but I do want to level this bed and make sure it's leveled and fill it with some soil because it has sunk in quite a bit. But we'll just see how these do for right now. And if they don't grow anything within the next month or so, they're coming out. So I believe I'm going to start taking out a lot of these tomatoes because they are looking pretty rough, and they do have a lot of blossoms, but just no fruit. So over there, if you can see that, I could take you over there. Look at all of this basil. So much basil. It is doing so good. And I've started all of this from seed. And I think next year I'm gonna dedicate one bed to basil and I don't know what else, maybe all different types of basil. I do have a little container full of different basils, but I don't know, I really like it. And just the other day I made pesto, I want to say 12 quarts of pesto. Amazing. And I didn't have any pine nuts, so what I did was I roasted walnuts and I substituted the pine nuts with the walnuts. And oh my god, so amazing. I'm never gonna buy pesto again. If I can grow pesto, I'm never gonna buy it again because it was so delicious. Homemade pesto tastes so good. So for sure, gonna make it again. Now over here, this is our lemongrass. It is doing so well. Look how big it's gotten. It has gotten so huge. It was in a tiny little container and I popped it into this wooden box, and my gosh, amazing. I love lemongrass. It smells so good, and I think you can make all kinds of different things with lemongrass. I'm gonna have to find out. Okay, you guys, look at this ginger. My gosh, it is so tall. You can't even see the top of it over there. It is so tall. I cannot wait to see what this is gonna look like. And my first time ever growing ginger. I cannot wait to see what is in the soil, and I can't wait to dig it up. That is just so much fun. Plus, I love, it's kind of like, to me, when you have to dig up ginger or things like this, root vegetables, to to me, it's like a little treat and a little surprise because you don't know what you're gonna get and you don't know what it's gonna look like. So it's so exciting to dig up things like this. Okay, so over here we have our peppers, and these peppers have produced so many bell peppers, and they're so pretty. And I'm getting some red bell peppers as well. The other day I was in here looking around, and I found a couple red bell peppers, so that's so exciting. But yeah, these peppers have been producing so many, and I just love it. And they're so green and so healthy. So that's really exciting. I haven't had any pest problems or anything like that with these peppers, so that's amazing. Now let's go over and look at the new seeds that we planted just recently, because I came out here early this morning and we have some baby seedlings. All right, so over here is where we had our watermelon, and this is where we planted some, what was it called? Cauliflower. We planted some cauliflower right here in the back row. Now I don't see anything from the cauliflower, but I do see a ton of seedlings from the spinach and lettuce and mixed greens that we started over here. So let me give you a better view of how they look. So they are looking so healthy. Look at that. Do you see those little new seedlings? Now that's a huge little cluster, but that's okay. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it like that. Now I know this is some spinach, but look at that. This is exactly what I was looking for. I really wanted it to be just full of greens. I might thin it out a little bit, but we'll see. So that is what is going on in that bed. So that is so exciting. So let me show you in this other bed. Oh, we have one bean. One bean has popped up right there. You see that little guy? So cute. Now over here in this bed, we have a ton of broccoli, different types of broccoli, and we have some coming up right there. We have a little cluster right here, and some more right there. You see that? So ton of broccoli as well. So that is so exciting. Usually in the fall, I don't really preserve a bunch of things. I was really trying to preserve spinach and freeze it, but we just went through it so fast. So I hope that this year we get a lot of spinach and we get to freeze some, so we get to have fresh spinach in the summertime as well. And well, it's probably not gonna be fresh because it's gonna be frozen, but we can eat it for dinner. So over here in this bed, I started some butternut squash and nothing has come up yet. So that's okay. Okay, over here we have our heirloom beefsteak tomatoes, and they're looking a little bit rough. So I am gonna start taking out these right here and start leveling this bed, and I'm probably gonna do it sometime this week. We do have these right here are the cherry falls, and look how healthy they're looking. That is so hard to take out things that look this healthy and have this many blossoms, but very little fruit. So a ton of blossoms, just not a lot of fruit. Now over here we have some more cherry tomatoes. These are our pole cherries, and then over here we have our hybrid, and they're just not they're not turning red, they're staying this color. So I'm probably just gonna harvest all of these and then take out all these plants as well. So over here in this container we have some jade beans, and they are actually doing pretty good. There is a couple little beans on this, or more than a couple little beans on this plant, but they're not getting that big. Do you see that little guy? So I don't know, maybe I need to wait a little longer. Maybe it's just been really warm. That's why, because it's been extremely hot. So maybe that's why they're so tiny. I'm not too sure. This is my first time growing jade beans, so this is all learning lesson for me. Okay, so over here we have our Myers lemon and these beautiful hot pink petunias. And so no blossoms yet on the Myers lemon, which I'm hoping that maybe in the fall we'll get some blossoms, but we'll see. But these petunias have been so pretty that I think I'm going to dedicate a couple containers here in the garden for just floral arrangements, like petunias and, you know, something pretty, just not vegetables, just something unique. So that is pretty much what's happening here in this garden. Oh, I did get a table, if you could see it right there. So it's not complete. It's an old barn door, And I have decided that I'm going to fix up this barn door and make it into a table for this garden. This is not going to be its permanent place. I'm going to find somewhere else in the garden because these plants eventually are not going to be here anymore. All these plants in the fall are going to go out to other job sites and be planted. So I might arrange this table somewhere here in the garden with some umbrellas, which will look so pretty. So my goal is to reframe it, just take off this wood all around the outside and put a brand new piece of wood and then stain it and maybe put some sort of coating on the top of it so that way it's protected from the sun, and maybe put a little piece of trim on the outside. So that's my goal, is to slowly take this apart, retrim it, and fix it up and make it as a little table. So maybe we could sit out here and have dinner or breakfast or whatever it is. So let's go and check out the small garden. But before I check out the small garden, this is where we had some tomatoes, and this is where I planted some onions, and look how good they're doing. They're doing so well. I did have a sucker right here that grew, a tomato sucker that I just pulled out because it wasn't producing anything, and I just felt like it's just not worth the time to continue to water that. And plus you could tell that the soil has sunk in this flower bed, so I'm going to, probably add some more soil in here. But now off to the small garden. Look at these ladies. They're doing so good. They're so happy. I think ever since the roosters have left, they've been happier because some of those roosters were ripping out the feathers from these ladies and they were not looking very pretty. So I'm kind of happy, and I think they're happy too with not having to deal with that, because it is not pleasant to see your roosters attack your hens and mate with them when they don't want to be mated with. Okay, so over here in the small garden, not much has been happening. I did sow some more seeds in where we put the spinach the last time because only a small amount of spinach popped up, so I don't know what happened. I don't know if the birds ate them or what. So yeah, I just planted some more. But over here is our little strawberries, and just haven't gotten any strawberries. I did fertilize, and I don't know, I just haven't really gotten any strawberries. But I have been getting a ton of eggplant right here. Just a ton. Look at this one right here. You can't even see them, but there is a ton of these tiny little eggplants. Do you see that right there? I don't know if you see that right there. Look at that. There's just a ton of them on this one plant right here. All those little Thai eggplants. I don't even know the name of those eggplants. I've just been calling them Thai eggplants because one of my neighbors, I don't know where she got them from. I don't know where she got them from, but she's Thai and she told me they were Thai eggplants, so I believe her. Plus, I'm half Thai and my dad saw those and my dad was just like, oh my God, give me some more. So here are my raspberries, and something is eating on my raspberries. Do you see that? How the leaf looks all chewed up like that? I think it could be snails. Look at that. I come out here at night and I look for them, but I haven't seen anything, but they are just eating it up. Now, I did find some slug bait that I put around the outside of the container, but look at that. It's just chewing all on this poor little plant, just taking a beating. So I hope that's the problem. I haven't found any worms or, what are they called? Like little green, what are they called? Like caterpillars? I haven't seen anything like that. But I have found snails, so that is a problem. Now over here we have peppers. As you can see, they are not as big as the peppers in the other garden. I don't know why, but there was a ton of zinnias growing in this area that I did remove. And so ever since I removed those zinnias and they have been able to get some sun, they have had some growth. Like they've grown in size. So maybe that's what the problem was. Maybe it was just they weren't getting enough sun. Now I have these Burpees, Black Beauty, Zucchini that they have been producing zucchini, but not as many as the other garden. And there's only 3 plants in here, and there's 4 plants over there in the other garden. So then I have some more eggplant right over there that's doing extremely well. And then in between I have a ton of onions. We just have so many onions growing. But over here, this is where I started the spinach, and as you can see the spinach growing right there, some little seedlings right in here, but that's it. I'm not getting any more on this side. So what I did was I sprinkled some more spinach, and so we'll see how that does. So of course, more onions, more zinnias, and then in the very back bed, right over here, I have some beans. So I am excited to see, do I have any beans yet? Nope, no blossoms or anything. So yeah, they're doing really well. Look how healthy they are. So I'm excited to see if we're gonna get some beans. And you know what? I completely forgot what kind of beans I planted there. I'm gonna have to go back and look in my notes to see, but it is getting so stinking hot out here. I'm already starting to sweat. Let's go check out let's see what I have. I have the little bed of basil, mint, and Thai chili. So these containers are doing pretty good. They do get dried out really fast, I noticed. Like the soil in here gets dried so fast. And the edamame right here, they're just not doing good at all. I have harvested a couple of them, but I don't know, I'm not too impressed with that. I don't know if I'm gonna grow edamame next year. So corn and edamame might be out. So here is our other bed of mint, basil, Thai basil, big leaf mint, and holy basil right here. Everything is doing so well in this container. Look how beautiful that is. It's so sad when it dies out in the wintertime and looks all bare and naked that I forget what it looks like when it's green. So that is what is happening on the farm. It's definitely quiet. Things are getting busier. I mean, things have already been busy, but you know, we have to wrap it up, get ready for the winter. We had to start cutting some wood and getting ready. So for the cold weather, and that's a lot. So we want to finish painting this barn right here before the rain comes. And there's just a few other things. I still need to finish painting on the back side of this barn, the chicken coop, before it starts to rain. So just a lot of little things that we need to button up before the rain comes. We need to put a door on one of our barns here, a little barn. So many things in so little time. I feel like the days go by so fast when you're just always working. But today I am going to meet John for lunch. He's out at the parks. So I'm probably going to take you out there and show you what he's doing because it is so exciting. They are laying cement now, and he says it's starting to look like a park. So we're going to go and check him out and see what he's up to. Okay, here we are at the parks. There's John. He's reading some prints of the park, and there it is. Let's see if I could tone down this brightness. So here is one of the parks. So this is the bigger of the two, and they just got the cement laid down. I would go out there, but I'm not wearing the proper shoes. I decided to wear my Birkenstocks out here. So they got the cement down, and yeah, I know it doesn't look like much, but eventually this is gonna be a park for this neighborhood, and we have two of them. One here and one on the other side. The other side, they haven't worked on this, they're not working on the cement yet, but they will be soon. So this is so exciting. This is so exciting. All right, sweetie, so here we are at the parks, and go ahead and tell everybody what you're doing and what is happening right now.
This is the future home of Deputy B. Melbeck Memorial Park in Plumas. And there's going to be a play structure right here, you know, like a slide and a jungle gym type thing with a couple little features, smaller things. Then some big rocks and a big tent, a 30 by 30 canopy tent, big metal shade structure with 3 picnic tables on it, a couple other picnic tables.
Yeah, right
benches.
over there. There's like a little platform right there. So there's going to be a little cement platform. On that platform, there's going to be the tents where people can have picnics and things.
And then a drinking fountain on the other side of it there. And then garbage cans. Where we're standing right here is a big lawn. This whole area is one big lawn area.
This whole area. Isn't that crazy? And then these drains, he actually had to dig all the trenches in this area to put these industrial drains in that will drain out into the
Storm drains.
storm drains. Yeah. So, and in the other park, he hit hardpan.
Yeah.
So explain what hardpan is.
It's clay that's been super packed over years. It's basically as hard as a rock. When you take a chisel to it, it literally sparks like a rock and breaks like a rock. But it's not. Once it breaks up, it's actually just clay. But just with the water and whatever, it's just like
It's almost like petrified.
something. But luckily it's mostly under the basketball court and under a lawn, so we don't have to dig down too much through it too much. There's a couple spots where it's at where I've got a couple trees, so I got to bust through it to make the holes big enough for the trees. But most of where the trees are, it's not bad. So we got lucky. But the drains, one of the drains had to go 130 feet through hardpan, and so that took about 3-4 weeks to dig versus 3-4 hours.
Yeah, it was nuts. He was out here all the time. He's still out here almost every weekend. So there's going to be trees everywhere. Like this whole park is going to be filled with trees. And I mean, my God, I was looking at the plant order that we're going to have to order, and it's just massive. So this is just one of the parks. Do you know how many square feet or acres this is?
About 1.5 acres, and the other one's just under an acre.
Nice.
This is like 1.4, and that one's like 0.9 or something like that.
Yeah, and this is just a new housing development. There's some new houses that are going up here, but we also did all of the irrigation. So in this neighborhood, when the houses were being built, like these trees right here.
Yeah, we planted those trees.
Yeah, all of those trees on the sidewalk.
All the landscaping.
Yep, he did all of the irrigation for that, and on the other side.
Down the street there, too.
Yeah, way in the back over there. He did all the irrigation over there too. So he's done a lot of work out here, right?
Yeah, this is the desert. I call it the desert out here.
Yeah, because there's no shade.
We've been working out here since there was no houses and no walls. We were the first people out here just flat. All flat.
Nothing. And look at this development.
We did the first job and the last job.
Oh, there's so much development going on. Yeah. So this is what he's been doing. This is where he spends the majority of his time, is breaking ground on this clay-like. It's like,
It's all clay.
It's all clay, yeah. And yeah, and working out here in the heat where there's no shade or anything. So, my goodness. So thanks, sweetie, for building this park for this community.
They all thank me all the time. People walk by and like, oh, thank you. We're so glad it's a park.
It feels so good, huh?
Yeah, people are always asking what kind of park it is. I just tell them this one's a jungle gym kids park, and that one's a half basketball court park.
Yeah, it's great. So that's so exciting.
There was this neighbor told me, he's all, oh, you guys are building a water park over here? And I said, water park? No, there's water for the plants, but that's the only water there's going to be at this park, and that's a drinking fountain where you can drink some water. He's all, oh, on the neighborhood association thing, someone said you guys were building a water park.
Wow.
With like water features where the kids could play in the water. I was like, oh, they're going to be really disappointed because it's half a basketball court with a lawn and a shade structure and trees.
Yeah,
That's,
no water park.
And lots of plants.
It would be nice to have a water park.
Yeah, no water park.
It's so hot right now.
They thought the drain inlets and stuff were big drains for the water park. They didn't know it was just storm drains, just for rainwater.
They're so bummed
or something.
out.
I don't know. I'm just assuming that.
That's how rumors get started. All right, so I am heading home, and got to go pick up the kid from school. Oh yeah, the kids are back in school, so that's super nice. So yeah, I'm gonna head home, pick up the kid from school, and then yeah, she's learning how to drive. Oh my God. So I'm take her out down these country roads to, let her feel what it's like to be behind the wheel, because she got her permit. So yeah, it's so exciting, and it's like nerve-wracking too, teaching someone how to drive. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. And then I'm going to show you some eggs that I collect. Maybe I'll just take a little video or a photo, and I'll just post it in there so you can see all the little fairy eggs that we're getting, because that's what they call them, the tiny little eggs that the chickens give you when they first give you chicken eggs. So, all right, so I'll see you back at home Or should I just end it? I think I'm just gonna end it. Yeah, all right, so take care, be safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.